Hey everybody, Joy here. It's Tuesday, August 23, 2022. Me and my two sisters have all been born now. August 4, August 12, and August 21. So, we've all had our very happy birthdays, and now we're heading to another year. So, praise the Lord for that. So, where have I been? That's the question again. Let me take a sip and move this before I knock it over. I'm trying to wake up. You know, I guess it's just something about my age. I worked with Jerry's Aunt Betty Jane for about 6 months. Years ago, when Jerry's mom had dementia and she was dying, she was in her 90s, and she was living in one of those places old people live, not a nursing home, where they live until they go to the nursing home. Her choice. We wanted her to come here. We begged her to come here. She said no, no, no. She wasn't coming here. And so there was a place just a couple blocks away from her home. And so that's where she wanted to go, and that's where she was. So anyway, I was living in her home because she was a major, major pack rat, and we had to get it all cleaned out in order to sell it. And we didn't sell it until after she had already passed away. But we got it all fixed up, all new carpet, all new paint, got rid of all of the stuff in it and stuff like that. So anyway, his Aunt Betty Jane ran what was called the upper room there. So it's like a little Goodwill Salvation Army type place in that town. It was Kingfisher, Oklahoma. And the place was called the upper room. And so she would have one of the men that worked with her, they were all old, like 80 years old. He had a little gray truck, and he would come by every morning, and whatever I put out the day before, he would pick up and he would take to the upper room. So anyway, that's why I spent a lot of time with her. Well, I remember her coming over, and I would have her come in and we would sit in the kitchen. I saved the kitchen till last, you know, the kitchen table and the coffee pot and that stuff. And we would sit at the kitchen table, and she came over a couple times. She'd say, "Oh, I had another sleepless night." She said, "I don't know what's causing it. It is so frustrating. I didn't sleep all night long." Well, guess what? I've had many of those nights now. Many. I've had 2 in a row now. Hence the caffeine you see me drinking. We go to bed at 10, 10:30. I saw 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock on my little radio thing. I don't think it's a radio, it's just a clock, and the numbers light up bright red. You know, you can see them all night long. 4 o'clock's the last time I saw on that clock. So evidently I went to sleep after that. So I don't know what that's about. Old age, I suppose. You know what they say, aging ain't for sissies. Okay, so where have I been and what have I done? I've been back to RV Neverland. We actually like going there. We do. We like going there. We know all the people there now. They know us. But we were there on the weekend, so they were off. But there's a whole lot of people just like me and Jerry. Our age, most of them are older than us. I can't believe people are 80 and 90s and driving around in RVs. And they always have dogs. Some of them have dogs and cats. And so they're always walking their dogs. So we meet these other people in these other RVs, and they're all there for the same reason. We were there because when we first bought this Dutch Star back however many months it was now, was it 6 months? Goodness, it's been a while. Was it April? But the motors that pull the awnings in and out, the awnings would go out and they would come back in, but they wouldn't come back in all the way totally. So they said, "Well, your motors are weak, you need to get new motors." We said, "Fine, put the new motors in." They said, "Well, we don't have any. We have to order them." So that's why we're back. The motors finally came in. So we went down there, and they're supposed to have it a week and a half. They're going to do the paint repairs. You know, the riding lawnmower went by in one of the campgrounds and threw 3 rocks. So we have to pay the deductible on that, but the insurance is paying the rest. So a week and a half, Stardust will be visiting RV Neverland, and we came back home. So excited. But guess what I did? Guess what I did? Guess what I did? I set up my sewing room. Since they weren't coming to get our RV in the morning, since we were there all day Saturday and all day Sunday, I set up my sewing room. I might have a picture to show you. Jerry actually held the camera and did 2 videos for me, but I can't figure out how to get the videos over here to this computer, so just forget that. But I think I might have taken a picture. If I took a picture, I'll show you the picture. But it worked just great. The only problem was my little cutting board that I have there is only like 18 by 12 by 18. It's just small. And so I decided to make this quilt called Blue Escape. I just love this quilt because it's got the ocean and it's got a boat. This is an Edyta Sitar. And I had already bought it and it was already here. And I thought, you know what? I could make this in the RV if I have all of the cutting tools and my sewing machine and everything out. So this is the quilt, Blue Escape. If you're subscribed to Edyta Sitar's website where she sends you emails, I'm sure you've seen this. She's been showing it a whole bunch lately. So you see how it uses jelly roll strips, and it's like jelly roll race, and you just sew strip to strip to strip to strip to strip. So I decided that would be an easy thing to do in the RV. Well, you want to see how much I got done? I'll show you how much I got done. I got this much. This much. As you can imagine, I spent most of my time setting everything up and getting everything prepared. But the pieces that go next to this for the rest of the sky are very, very large. So I put all of my sewing stuff away about midday on Sunday. What was that, 2 days ago? And the rest of the day, what did I do? I think I wrote a letter and we watched something. I don't know what we did. But anyway, I put all my sewing stuff away. And this is as far as I got. But how fun is that? I just think it's awesome. Can you see the dot to dot? Can you see the dot to dot sky? It is so cute. So I got to the point, I decided I'd just wait and cut the great big part of the sky. This part here is one giant piece. I decided to wait and cut it when I got back home since we weren't going to be there very long. And I was going to start sewing the jelly roll strips together. But those of you who quilt, you know how when you break one of these apart and you cut the tie, they just boom, they explode. And they go everywhere. So I decided to just wait till I got home. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them. I'm going to arrange them in the order that I want to sew them together in. Then I'm going to put them in a box or something, and I will take them back when we go to pick up the RV. Because if history repeats itself, Jerry says, quit saying that, quit saying that, quit saying that. I'm sure this won't happen. But it's a minor possibility that they won't have fixed something right, and we'll have to stay there until they do. And in that case, I won't really be able to sew much except in the evenings, but something to do, we'll see. Because we know I can't do it here because we're working on the private project. I've been making videos. I've got 28 clips right now. And I've already got 2 great big long videos. Part 1, part 2, this will be part 3 I guess, on making it. And since I'm out there at the Scan and Cut a lot, I decided to start calling it dinosaurs. People, when they watch it later, think, what is with her? Is she brain dead? Why is she calling these dinosaurs? Well, see, he knows that Pumpkin Pat's birthday is November 14. And when he was here, he came in with a great big bag full of dinosaurs. And I guess all little boys love dinosaurs. So I asked him if he wanted Grandma to make him a dinosaur shirt for his birthday on November 14. And he said yes, and so I let him look at all the different choices, and oh, you should see the ones he chose. He doesn't want some sweet little dinosaur with its mouth shut. He wants a dinosaur with his mouth open and his teeth hanging out. I don't know if they'll even let him wear it to school. So anyway, there's one where the dinosaur's like breaking through, you know, the center of the shirt breaking through, and he's got his claw. Oh, I'm like, this child is 4 years old. I hope he doesn't scare the other children in the school. So anyway, You all know what I am really making, but I keep calling it dinosaurs in case he hears me when he's downstairs. And he knows he's not allowed to come up here. I have the staircase taped off with masking tape. Every time I go downstairs, I run into it, break it open with my belly. It's like the nut house here, let me tell you. So I found this. It's a picture that I took that's supposed to be in my catalog books here, and I haven't put it away yet. But some of you have said, what's an easy pattern if I want to start sewing? What's an easy pattern? And this is as easy as they come. This is New Look 6271, and it is pajama pants. It doesn't have to be pajama pants, but I made pajama pants. And it can be a skirt, short, medium, or long, or pants. So I recommend this pattern. Is it still available? Probably. I mean, it's not one of the ones I bought when my daughter was a child, so, and I have a lot of those. Okay, so that's an easy pattern for you to start out with. And I'm going to put this away, get it all organized somehow so the parts don't come apart and it stays in one piece. And then I'm going to go back to trying to get all the clips edited and put into some kind of a watchable video for you after September 30, you understand. His birthday has to come first. And so at the end of the video, if, you know, the stars are all aligned and the moon is in the right position and, you know, everything goes right. I learned a long time ago, thank goodness, that plans are great and you can make them, but, and my daddy told me once, he said, Joy, you need to and it was about Jerry, because Jerry's always late. And it was about Jerry, and he was supposed to meet us, my mom and my dad and me, and he was an hour late, didn't show up. And Daddy said, Joy, you need to always have a plan B. Okay? So, plan A is that I set up the camera, and he opens it up, and he's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, or whatever. Plan B is he opens it up and barely looks at it and puts the box aside. So we'll see how that goes. But my plan is to have the cameras running when he opens it. Okay. Alrighty, I just wanted to say hi. Thank you for somebody who missed us on Sunday. I think her name was Rosh. We cannot do Sunday school down there in the RV. The internet is just too slow and unreliable. And my software for uploading videos down there, it has to be 15 minutes or less. I don't know why. It just has to. And so I'm sorry about that. But as you know, for Shine, if we make something, you'll know it. And if we don't, you'll know it. And I'm sorry if that upsets anybody. But insofar as the Joy Bernhardt channel, we are doing fine. And I've got some other projects coming up. Well, I've always got projects coming up. Somebody asked me to do a video of my sewing room. I need to do that. Somebody else asked me to do a video of all my quilts. Oh boy, I would need help for that. I probably have to get Terry and Jerry to help me do that because I have a lot of quilts. And you have to have some place to put all of them to show them, you know. So I don't know if that'll get done or not, but it's one of my plans, one of my many plans. So I'm going to let you go for today because I have to get busy. It's already 12:30. You know, I didn't sleep last night, so I didn't wake up till 9 o'clock this morning. And then I had to have coffee, and then I had to have breakfast, and then I had to have a shower, and then I had to do some laundry. So I have got to get my rear in gear. So I'll be back. Y'all have a great day.